discipline my child.
All 7 of them?
For real, bro. Got a zoo. Oh, episode 3. We're back.
3?
That's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, I thought
we're 3 episodes in. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're moving to it. Yeah.
I feel like I'm cracking a cold one to that.
I need one. But yeah, man, how was the week, man? Not bad.
The week was good. You want to reset that?
No, just keep rolling.
You're good.
Keep rolling, bro.
He said I'm tired.
I'm like my level of like energy is like coming down. Okay. You know what I mean? Like it was here. Then I trained. Then I ran around with the kiddos, and I'm like going. But I'm good. I'm
okay. We're good. We're good.
No, just keep rolling.
Episode 3 week was good.
You do anything interesting? Anything fun? I guess we'll say.
Well, you know what, man. The thing is, this week has been. Well, I think I told this last week in episode 2, not chapter 2. Episode 2 was like now everyone's transitioning. Everyone now is hitting that like almost single digit time for prep, and I love it because I've been bored the last like 4 weeks.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
What do you feel about double check-ins, like Wednesday, Saturday?
I like it.
Like
that's what I do.
Yeah, eat my ass. I don't like it.
I was like, what do you mean? That's what I do. I'm like, what are you asking me that question?
I hate it, okay?
Wait, why?
Because I already have to get up at 4.
That's true.
And then you're like, hey, send check-ins Wednesday. I'm like, this bitch.
Yeah.
All right, 3:45.
Okay, but here's my thing. And this is why I do it. Especially for you. Because there's fluctuations that happen through the week, you know what I mean? And we've been talking for like an hour.
Yeah, we just put the camera on. We've been talking for like an hour.
Yeah, so we're here, you know? But it was, I was telling you about that client that he has a big fluctuation. He'll go on Wednesday, so like on a Wednesday check-in, for instance, he'll go up 4 pounds and look fine. But it's just digestion or this, that. And then all of a sudden his true weight is Saturday. Yeah. Same with you. You don't sleep through the week really at all.
At all.
So your weight fluctuation is crazy. So I need to see what that is because we need to see water. We need to see how the body's going. Yeah. And it's probably going to go more check-ins. Because, you know, bro, you especially, you get to a point where it's literally like every day I have to see what your body does.
Yeah, like 3 weeks is fine. But, like, my thing is, like, I've heard coaches say, hey, man, we're going to do check-in every day. 8 weeks. I'm like, 8 weeks? They got you doing check-in?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, I don't sleep. I ain't going to lie. You do that to me, I'm like, hey. When I see I'm punching you right in the balls, bro. Like you're getting punched.
I think check-ins need to be based upon the person. I like the standard of Wednesday and Saturday, at least for me as a coach. And I mean, I'm sure for you too, the accountability for your clients is a big thing for me. That's the biggest reason.
It holds them to account, especially if they have a hard time with dieting, like or getting prep, right? And you're like, hey, we're going to check in Wednesday. They're like, okay, I got to be good. Like I need a good check-in, right? Like that's me. I'm like, okay, I know Wednesdays I'm going to be up a pound or 2, which is fine. I know like, okay, one day I'm going to wake up earlier than usual.
Yes. And
after that, I'm like, okay, all I gotta do now is I'm just chilling through the week. And Saturday, I'm like, oh yeah, I just sleep in a little bit. I try to, and then Nicole gets up at 6. Bro, she got up at 6 this past Saturday. Saturday. She's like, we gotta go to the gym. I was like, yeah, at 9. Go back to bed. So she was like, I'm just gonna get up. I was like, well, I'm not because I still get to sleep for 2 more hours, 1.5.
The last couple of nights, I ain't even gonna lie to you. At 3 a.m, I've woken up to go pee, and I look, and Joss is just up here. She's like this.
Yeah, and I don't know how girls do that. I can't.
She's like, I just can't sleep. I just woke up and I can't sleep. I'm like, don't get me wrong, I've had those, but usually it's stress induced. Whereas like right now, I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, no. I'll go use the bathroom and come back and pass out. Like,
oh yeah, it's no problem. Yeah.
No,
do you pee often through the night? Are you one of those that goes like 4 times?
Now, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Like not during prep, I'm fine. But then when you hit prep and I'm like, hey, I need you to drink 3 gallons. I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, okay, 2 a.m. Okay. All right. Now get up at 4. And I'm like, okay, let me piss real quick. Yeah. Then I get to the gym, piss again. I'm like, golly, dude. So like I'm only in prep, especially like deeper in. Like
that's fair.
2 to 3 weeks out, man. I'll be every other hour maybe sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, I do like sometimes.
I'll be honest, I've been really good about my water recently, especially like getting back on this like my train of putting my weight back on and stuff, and I can tell a difference if I don't drink enough water. My joints just hurt, just my body doesn't feel good. So as much as I drink, and I've cut down to like the caffeine of just the bums, and that's it. I haven't been drinking Reigns. I haven't been drinking anything that's 300 milligrams plus. So I haven't. I used to drink like 2 of those a day, bro.
Yes.
And
pre-workout.
Yeah, and I have, it's funny, I went to, because at the gym, they sell Reigns, and I used to get like one maybe like midday, and I would sip on it, whatever. now I don't even have a craving for it. Like it's like you're almost like, it's like in prep, your taste buds kind of change. Like I've really adjusted. I only need enough to get me to whatever I'm trying to get to. I don't need to overstim myself. And I realized my anxiety was really bad when I was doing that too. And then I wasn't sleeping and then just went whatever.
Yeah, that's sleeping. That happens. And then you just, like the hunger pains, I don't get hunger pains.
Ever?
No, like I can diet down and not have any hunger pains. Like I can sleep through the night perfectly fine. I don't wake up hungry. I wake up just like, okay, I gotta get up and do stuff. But like sometimes like with my schedule, I'll train at 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, when you got kids, bro, you have them 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I won't have my first meal until maybe.
Hold up, wait up. What does it even mean though? What do the kids say that it means?
Man, bro, I don't know. It's like
because they do it. And
one kid told me like it's like maybe like 6 or 7, and then one kid told me something else. I was like, it's just funny to say. That's like fair. I like it's just funny to say. So like you see somebody say, you literally can look at a kid, and somebody say 6, 7. You look at the kid, you'll smile like this. And I'm like, shut up. So
when I went to the soccer field, dude, I was like, that's so dope, bro.
Oh, bro, they
like watching them running around. I was like, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, we have the kids at the gym, dude. Like we'll say, like, hey, man, you know, how many reps I got to get? 6 or 7. They're like, I'm like, shut up.
You're like, bro. Keep moving.
Can we just keep rolling, bro? First off, it's 7. Like I'm
You're like, now it's 8.
Yeah, your energy is crazy.
Yeah.
So nah, man. But yeah, no. What are you talking about?
No. I was gonna say about the peen.
Oh, bro, yeah.
You're not one of those people that gets
and then the hunger pains, like hunger pains, bro. I don't have it. Like people are like, oh man, I'm so hungry when I wake up. I'm like,
yeah,
I can literally have my first meal.
I have clients complain all the time about it. They're like, oh, I wake up hungry. And I'm just like, all right, well, welcome to prep.
Yeah, right.
It is what it is, you know. I can truthfully say I never really had hunger. Like I would get hangry if I didn't eat or whatever, but I never had pains. I never went to bed or like woke up and I was like, oh my God, I need to eat. Yeah. It was more so like, all right, let's just get this done.
I just hate, speaking of prep, talking about prep, the hunger that comes with that isn't hunger. It's a dopamine effect that you want. That's what I've learned. Okay. People get on prep, right, and you can't eat what you want, right? So say you're getting pulled back from it. You can't have it. Right. You start doing other things to fill that missing part.
I can agree with that.
Me is lotto tickets.
Wait,
lotto, bro, yes.
I was not expecting. What do you
mean?
Yes,
like loterías. Oh my goodness, bro. I would, yes.
He'd be at the gas station.
Bro, I'd be at the gas. I'd be, hey, give me 2 of those. Actually, give me 3. Boom, come back. I ain't gonna. Then I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna chill. And then like a couple days later, I'm like, hey, can I get that? But that's my thing. Like, I've learned that.
Is that like your equivalent? Is like shopping? Like, you know how some people like online shop or they go do this. So that's your.
That's my thing. Lotto tickets.
That's hilarious.
It's a terrible habit. So I've gotten away from it a little bit, but like, yeah, bro. There's sometimes like.
No.
Let me see if I hit tonight.
What's funny is you've never told me this. That's what's funny to me because you've never said like, oh yeah, dude, I went and got a ticket.
Yes.
But now you sparked my interest, and that's the problem. You know me, bro. I'm a full sender.
Bro, I'm buy 3 of them. I'll buy a 10, I'll buy a 5 and a 3, or I'll buy 2 5s, 1 3. I'm always gonna get that 3 though. That 3 sometimes hit, and then they got $1 ones. Yeah. So I got stuck one time on a 10, a 5, and a 2 ones, and I was like, okay, let me hit that. And I ain't hit nothing, bro. I was pissed. When you don't hit anything, you pissed, but then you're like, okay, I gotta do it again. I gotta win. So I gotta find a new itch.
But that's honestly, in my opinion, that is so much better because there's the odds of getting something in return than online shopping.
Yeah, because you just buy everything and then you don't have anything to. No, you don't get anything back.
Like people in prep look so dope because all they're doing is buying gym wear or shoes or fucking like I don't know whatever, and all of a sudden you're like. Then they get to the show, and then all of a sudden they're like, "I can't pay for parking." And I go, "Motherfucker!"
Because you spend. Look,
well, you look great standing there.
There was a guy that I watched his story one time. He was like, "Man, he was like 4 or 5 weeks out, and he was like, "Man, I bought a PS5. I want to play it. I can't even play my PS5 during prep. I don't have the attention span to sit there and play. Like I cannot sit there and try to sit there and play one game. Like, okay, I gotta move. Like I just can't sit there.
That's fair.
But out of prep." 2 a.m., bro. I'm right here.
Just like,
bro, the remote shaking. I'm shaking. Oh my God. I'm trying to drink my water like this.
Yeah. No, that's I like the PS5 thing and video games in general. I've tried. I really have tried to like sit. We bought a Switch.
You can't do it. You have ADHD. You run around all the time. We switch conversations every 2 minutes.
That's very true. That's why we started this podcast, by the way, guys. That's 100% why we started this because we'll talk and go through the entirety of it. And I've been told that before too.
Yeah. That you switch subjects?
Yeah.
Well, it matches me because we both do it. So like we'll talk about something, and next thing we're talking about this, and then we're talking about this, and then somehow we always come back to where we started. I'm like, I don't know how we made that trip, but it worked.
It was a good trip. It was just like a long little thing.
Yeah, but games where you have to sit there, you can't. There's no way. I don't even believe you can.
But you know what's funny though? When I was younger, I used to be able to play. Like I used to play World of Warcraft, and I would game for 3 days straight. Swear to Christ.
That's
like
awesome.
I would go, and it would be me and my other homeboy. And my dad he built computers, so he built this crazy computer. He bought 2 of them, and then a laptop. So my dad would be in the back, and the master, and then we'd be out in the living room just going. Like we didn't sleep for 3 days.
Bro, PS2 when it first came out, I got it, and we didn't have a memory card to save the game, so we just played it. Like we just took turns playing. So keep it going, keep the story mode going.
Oh, so like if you got to like chapter 5,
you couldn't save it. So you either cut the game off
so much.
or left the game on. You couldn't leave the game on because it overheat. So we just played through. So I'd be like, hey, I'm playing. I'll play to like I'll beat a couple levels. All right, you're up. Boom, boom. We bring a homeboy over. Hey, you got this one, and then we just rotate. And then some days we get like really close.
Real shit, bro. That's some real shit.
We didn't have a memory card, and then we finally got one, and we could save it. It was like, oh yes, but bro, yeah, like.
No, I get that because actually, when we were playing like World of Warcraft and stuff, I'd be playing and shit, and then there was always like in-game stuff you could buy. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, "Mom, can I get this?" You'd be like, "No, it's $40." I'm like, "Meh."
Bro, it's like Fortnite. You go.
Yeah, that's true.
I was stuck. I started playing that when when was it? When it first came out, I was on it. Then I took a break for a month. And I tell everybody this: so if you take a break from that game, everybody does this, and you stay right here. That game switches so fast. Like it's crazy how good people get. Mm-hmm. So when I first started coming back to it, I was playing it, and I was locked in. Like 2 a.m. I'm up playing. Like I'm in there playing, and then when you start prep, it's like my PS5 catching dust. Like I haven't touched that thing in 2 months, probably 3 months. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have a Switch. And I bought it. We bought it. This was probably 2-ish years ago, maybe. It was like right when it was our first Christmas. I think we moved here, or maybe Joss's birthday. I can't remember. One of the two. And we've played it, arguably 8 times.
See, that's the dude.
But like 2 or 3 of them have been like family times.
There you go. Yeah.
But like us, I think we as like her and I together twice.
Yeah, you get home and you're like, I just want to lay down.
3. Yeah, no, twice together. She took it on a trip we went to when we went to I think Oregon. Or somewhere else, we were flying, and she played it on the way there. But it was like when we first got it.
Yeah. So like last year, I bought a Game Boy to play Pokemon. I think I was texting you about.
Oh yeah.
And so I bought it, and then got the Game Boy, got the Pokemon game, Pokemon Red or Sapphire.
Yeah.
Beat it. All right. Beat it.
What do I do next?
And I was like, well, I don't want to restart it, right? So I was like, I'll just get it back. So I just pawned it back. Got my money back.
Oh, that's right. I remember you telling me.
I pawned it back. I was already beat it. I was like, I already beat it. I was like.
You did that during prep, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I finished like 3 weeks into prep. I was like, well,
okay. And Joss gives me crap about this all the time because I'm an obsessive personality. So what happens is if I get into something, I dump into it. Full. Look at my setup. I went from like us editing this thing, and now I have a full setup, and I have a monitor on the way. Like I'm just one of those people with the shoes.
Full send.
Yeah, I'm full sending it. I have to be that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We went to the rodeo. I have 2 pairs of boots and fucking.
And that black hat right there.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah. Well, we got that there, but yeah. Like, but I just have that personality. So if I was to get into anything like that, it would be like,
oh yeah, you're done.
I'm in it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I should have kept it. I'm thinking about it back now. I should have kept it and bought the other Pokemon games. Why didn't I do that?
That's fair.
Well, they're all kind of the same, but I should have done that.
Because then you're feeding the problem though. Because then you're gonna be at home with like
all of them,
and like
I've done cardio like this, walking straight. You ever try to walk on the treadmill and try to type or do anything? You're like this. It's so
absolutely.
Bad. So I'm playing a game like this, and I'm going, oh shit! But it worked. It worked. Yeah, it got me through.
Granted, the good thing is you don't have to do 2 hours of cardio.
No, thank God.
Bro, I know, right? Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
Dude, don't even get me started on that. But
what about the 2 hours of cardio? Do you think, okay, hands down, do you think that, and this is something I've struggled with in coaching, I told you this, because I went through an entire prep, like multiple preps, where the way that I got in shape was doing 2 hours of cardio. That was the old school way. Do you think that doing that much cardio is beneficial for everyone, or do you think that there's a point? Like, what is your take on doing cardio for clients?
Yes and no. I think we should do it. Mm-hmm. Some people I enjoy it. It time away kind of clears your mind a little bit. Like, you're walking, you got the intensity's up,
right?
But you get some time to yourself. Like, I get to watch a show I can't really watch sometime, or I read. a book from my Kindle, like Ed Nooney's book I'm reading right now, like Why Not You? Like it's good, like I can get it done, right?
You can kind of, this is your
this
time.
is my time, right? But 2 hours, man, sometimes you just don't have the energy for it. Like when you're low, you're dragging feet. And I told you that, like you just drag feet. Like I think and then you're flat. Then we get you to a point we can't, get you filled out all the way because you over dieted because we put 2 hours of cardio. I think it's a tool. Like people overuse it.
I think it happens a lot, that method with first timers where people don't prime themselves properly for prep.
Yeah.
And or having to play catch up. And I say that most of the time. And I mean there's instances like Joss when she turned pro, we had to do it because we had already tried to go for one show. We were already so deep in it. It's like, all right, well, we gotta push cardio regardless. And we got a pro card out of it, granted. But the thing is what I've learned as a coach over time with cardio, well, one, cardio and activity are two separate things.
Yeah. Activity
is like steps, being able to what you do through the day. And that does count, but we have to be, cardio is an elevated heart rate.
If you say, hey, man, you got to do, some people take it like, hey, you got 12,000 steps. Okay. That 12,000 steps isn't you a brisk walk. You're walking, you're just kind of chilling. You're not really getting the heart rate up like you need to, right? But if, hey, you got cardio.
Cardio should be hard.
And then like your heart rate's up, right? Yeah. Now we're talking two different things, right? So I think that's what people mistake that with is like, hey,
if you're doing 2 hours of cardio just walking on the treadmill at a 2 speed with no incline, that's not going to be beneficial compared to if you did an interval or you did high incline at like a 3.5, 4.
Yeah, man, that's hard.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's hard.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, my God. Dude, I've done one, and I thought this was crazy, was 15 incline, 3 speed. Let me tell you about that. That lasted all 5 minutes, and I was like, ding, 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 ding. I was like, this is stupid.
So the craziest cardio regimen I've ever had wasn't the 2 hours of cardio, actually. I was working with Falkreem Mubrek at the time, and I was eating a lot of it. That was the guy who taught me.
Oh, yeah, what'd you tell me you were eating? A lot of what?
I was at like 8 ounces of meat every meal, 10 ounces of potato, 400 grams of rice a meal. What?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought you said pause, yeah.
I did.
Oh.
You said 8, nothing. Keep going.
Okay, yeah. But it was 8 ounces, and then we went 10 ounces of potato, 400 grams of rice a meal. And
10 ounces of potato?
10 ounces of potato. That was my last meal, was beef. It was 8 ounces of beef, 10 ounces of potato, and then I had 3 cheat meals a week.
10 ounces of potato?
10 ounces of white potato. Each meal. That was three of my 6 meals, and then it was the regular breakfast meal.
Yeah.
And then 2 rice meals. That were all 400 grams.
How much is 10 ounces of potato?
That's a lot of.
I was gonna say
I think it's like 70 grams, 80 grams of carbs.
Looked at him like, what are we? You couldn't split this up, like.
So the thing is that when at that time we were just trying to grow, and that was the first time.
It was like all season. Was it like all season thing?
It was, yeah. But the thing is the way that he allowed me to do that was he had a cardio regimen, and it was on the stairs. It was an interval style.
Oh,
so I did 5 minutes, just like a regular 3 or 4, and every minute I went up, and I had to get up to level 16, and then I had to trail back. Bro, it doesn't sound hard except for when you start at 5, 6, 7, 8, and you have to keep it at a minute pace each time. By the time I was off of it, I burned like 800 calories.
Yeah.
And I would lay down, and I'd be like, what the fuck? And he'd be like, you need to do that every day.
Every day?
Swear to God. And it worked. That was the biggest and leanest I got, but it was also the point where I was eating so much food, because with the 3 cheat meals, that sounds beautiful to somebody who doesn't have them.
Yeah.
Until you're forcing down that third one.
Yeah, they don't understand that. People don't understand. They be like, oh, you get cheat meals? How many? 3. Oh my God. No. It's not what you think.
Try eating all 6 of those meals, or even 5 of them, and then eat that. Yeah, because that's what it was. It wasn't like, oh, let me take out meal 4 for 5 and 6 and just eat a cheat meal. No, he was like, you eat meal 5. Your last meal is 2 cheeseburgers, a large fry, and you can have a soda. And I'm like, the first one was fine.
Yeah.
Second one, yeah. Third one, I'm just looking at it.
Yeah. No.
And I remember my mom was looking at me one time, and I was just like, she's like, why aren't you eating? I'm like, I don't want
this. No, yeah.
No, I would much rather eat my potatoes.
And you know what's crazy? It's like when you get down in prep, and I've had people say like, oh, cheat meals are so good. Like, you don't want that. I think like you can get lean, you can have it right, and you can do whatever. And they're like, hey, go have a cheat. You're like, okay. But the competitive in you, like, damn, I hope this don't push me back. I know why we're doing it, but I really hope it don't push me back. Like, it's just crazy. And then it gets to the point too with me is my stomach gets so small, it kills me. It doesn't kill me, but like I'm full. Like really
full. A cheat meal really messes you up.
Yeah, like I'm really full in the stomach wise. I know it's gonna go down and be fine in the morning, but like I'm like, oh man,
yeah, like that initial
tough.
once you've eaten
it's like, oh, that's so tough.
Well, the thing is, people need to understand as well, cheat meals I mean, yes, there's a mental break of it, but really they should be calculated.
Yes, they need. There's a reason for them. They're not just, hey, go have one, right? We're doing it for a reason. Whether it's testing a peak, filling.
Somebody's been too depleted for too long.
Yeah, we're trying to restart stuff. So that's fine. But just like going in, like I've seen coaches go, hey, just have whatever you want.
Oh, yeah. So I used to do that. And it's funny, but this is coaching.
So the thing about it is like saying, hey, dude, have whatever you want to a
starving competitor.
Not a starving competitor. A person with years under their belt.
Oh, yeah.
Like a seasoned vet.
Yeah.
They know what that means. You can tell, like, hey, go have whatever you want. They're like, okay, I know I need to have probably a burger and fries, what we've usually been doing. Don't go too crazy, so probably one or two like I've been doing. But if you tell a new person that,
they're going to go get ice cream.
Bro, they're going to go nuts. Yeah, and they show up 10 pounds, and you're like, hey, what did you do? Like, you told me to go over sheet. No, I should have been more specific.
You're like, I did,
but you,
damn it,
I forgot you're new. You're not used to this. You know what I mean? So I understand that, but it's the same thing. Like, you got to be very careful with how you tell people, hey, go have whatever you want.
Yeah, well, because there's again, it has to be calculated. So there's a lot of things that could go wrong with that. If you give somebody too much freedom, and it's not that they shouldn't enjoy it. Like if I tell somebody that's due, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna have you have a cheat meal this week, because I used to give one cheat meal a week regardless, like all the way through. But the problem that I found with that, and this is just me, is that when I had one cheat meal a week with everyone, I ended up finding I had to deplete them a lot harder later on in prep. Yeah. Versus if I was to just do the opposite and cut it out at the beginning. Cut all the bullshit, keep it clean. I can actually keep clean food higher the entirety of the prep. And then when the meal when the cheat meals come in, it actually helps better. Yeah. But that also allows me to allocate and be able to let them have a little bit more freedom with it, because then I can say, you know what, go have 2 burgers, large fry, and a soda. Be careful of dairy, be careful of cheese, whatever. But to a first-time competitor, the problem is what if you don't give them any sort of lines, then they're going to go get whatever they want. And like you said, they're going to have a stomach ache, or they're going to not, it takes about 3 days for that really to get out, truthfully. So then you're up 8 pounds, you come down, and maybe it does kick it up a lot, but then it messes it up more. You know what I mean?
And that's just being part of knowing, like a seasoned vet. Like my first time, and I got one, I went berserk, and I spilled over, I had a stomach ache.
Oh, really?
Oh, bro, it was nasty. And then I held that for a week. I held that water for a week. I was 190.
It was just fluid.
Just fluid. And then finally one morning or one day, I woke up 181, 180. It just came off finally. And I was like, thank God. Like, it hurt so bad.
So really the only person that put me on stage, every time that we did it, he would do a cheat meal. But it was like super low food. I've told you. It was like no carbs or like 1 meal of carbs. And then it was like, go on the weekend and do whatever you want. The problem with that is you also create a bad habit of binge eating. And so what happened was those same habits led into the off season. So then I would be good during the week, and then I would binge at night, and then it's like you're just getting fatter. Yeah. And then but also you create a lot of my stomach issues, honestly, I allocate towards that. Yeah. I think a lot of my GI issues that you know about that I've had to fight, and over the last year I've had to really reconstruct my GI because of the fact that I would eat so much junk in one sitting. I have pictures, if you go down on my Instagram, I would eat an entire hot and ready pizza. I would eat 2 Whataburger, the crispy chicken sandwiches, a large shake from Whataburger, and then what else did I do? Oh, and then after my cardio, my first session, I would literally go and eat 3 muffins.
Good, that sounds amazing. Right?
It does, right? But I would just but that happened all the time.
Yeah, once a week and every other week. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. But I know where the outcome is. I'm like, nah.
Well, and then, but like you said, you're full, and all of a sudden it takes me 3, 4, 5 days to get off, and it's like this is not good.
And that's the thing. When it tastes, you realize that you overdid it. Probably that night, you're like, I really overdid this. But probably a couple of days, you're like, man, I feel like dog shit.
Yeah. Well, and this is where we get into, part of it also was whenever I was prepping for shows at the time, I was high on fat burning anabolics. So that was the biggest thing. When I was putting in the clenbuterols, the T3s, all that stuff, we didn't have peptides back then. So now I'm having to push other things to make up for bad habits that could have been prevented. And that's part of the reason I think as well that my GI took such a hit in my wall, obviously my hormones as well at the time. And that's a story I can get into another time. But, people don't recognize the fact that if you don't have a good setup or a base before you start prep, then it can get really bad, especially if it's your first prep. Yeah. You know what I mean?
First prep can be bad. But speaking of peptides, right? I've seen a lot on Instagram about it, stuff like that. We've dib and dab with it a little bit here and there. what do you comparison? I guess we'll say
As far as what?
Anabolics, peptides. We got a pick here.
What do I think is better?
Could you? Because I'm still learning a little bit about the peptides. You know a lot more than me. We always talk about stuff like that. Kind of almost like mentoring me through with the peptide stuff. I'm still learning it. Cons and pros of each. I mean, obviously people know anabolics because they've been around longer.
Correct.
We know a little bit more about the dangerous side. What about the cons of peptides or the pros? Can you give pros and cons? Like, how do you feel about it?
The thing is and this is what I tell people all the time, let me focus on the anabolics first. Anabolics all have had some sort of medical reason for existence.
Yeah.
Whether it was Anavar, Test, Masteron, Primo, whatever. Even to your HGH, your diuretic usage, whatever. Right. All those performance enhancing things have had their reason. Peptides, not that they don't, but peptides are amino acids that have been signaled to create a certain profile in the body versus anabolics are hormones. So that's a big difference. There seems to be this idea that there's less risk involved because amino acids sound less risky and can be less risky, which I can agree with. But I compare peptides, in my opinion, to like how SARMs, that big fad was for like 10 years. Because SARMs back in the day, if people don't know, were basically androgen receptor modulators that they went to the muscle receptor and stimulate a certain response. Peptides, while they're not similar in fashion of the chemical, I think that they're getting the same kind of hype. We don't know enough about them to see the real negative side effects. Like take retatrutide, for instance. So it's a GLP-1 similar to Ozempic, Mounjaro, all these other ones, but everyone is claiming it's not, it is non-muscle wasting. It doesn't pull calcium from the bones like Ozempic and Mounjaro. The issue that I have with these things is that people want to find an absolute. And so a lot of people, especially in the bodybuilding world, and you know this, when retatrutide came out, everyone thought, I'm not going to lose muscle. I'm not going to have XYZ. I'm going to use it. So people start using these peptides openly. And I think, in moderation, just like anything else, anything can be utilized to benefit the athlete from this. And disclaimer here that bodybuilding is not healthy when it comes to a lot of things. And when we start getting into the anabolic side of it, you can moderate things, but you can never prevent issues.
You're going to have some type of
side effects or issue or whatever. Or risk.
You're just know there's risks when you right? A lot of people, the risks are there, right? Now some people you don't have any, right? Some people there, but they don't experience any, right?
Right.
That's what we want.
That's what you want.
That's what you want. But
the goal with peptides, I think, is more so to kind of create a more effective and less hormonal based result. So I think that they're going to be beneficial. I think that, and they might be the next thing that really pole vaults, especially with all the stuff going on in the world with the anabolic side of things, with the shutdowns of different manufacturing plants and whatever. But I think that peptides aren't what they're all cracked up to be either, though.
Yeah, no, I mean...
I don't think one is better than the other per se, but I do think that anabolics, if I had to pick one, anabolics are always going to be the king.
Because we know more about it.
We know more about them. They have a medical reason, and truthfully, no matter how many peptides you take and what you're getting here, these have always worked. Yeah. And we've always known the risk, like you said.
Well, the peptide, man, I told you, I've tried... We tried Red.
You tried Red. Yeah, we tried
that. It was not awful, I won't say all, but I didn't expect it to hit me so fast. Right? And the digestive issues that came with that, I was like, dude, I'm good. I'm take it off. We'll just go back to what we're doing. It worked. We're good. I'm not using this.
Yeah.
But, it was almost like oh man, we get to try this? Like, oh, this is going to help. This is going to do this and this. Oh, let's give it a shot. But then you see the cons, I guess you'll say, of it. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Like, dude, no.
Well, even from my experience, dude, I mean, and you kind of had a little bit of this with your gallbladder, that was a possible issue or whatever. And that's something I noticed with people I don't want to say in my circle, but people in the bodybuilding industry. We've noticed that with retatrutide and even tirzepatide, GLP-1s in general, if ran for a long period of time, they stop working. I've noticed that they just don't work. And then you either have to switch one over or get off. It's just like anything else. But I've also noticed that we've seen an increase of insulin issues, gallbladder issues, digestive issues. Now, nobody's directly correlated it to GLP-1 peptides, but I would assume, especially in my practice of what I do, that is a big reason why. Because when you're moving food that quickly and you're messing with insulin that quickly, and how it kind of works chemically, it is going to have issues. But then you have like a MOTS-C or any of these SLUPP, these mitochondrial ones. You have GH inhibitors and stuff. They're all trying to do the same thing that anabolics already do.
Yeah.
Right? It's just that people, I think also too, the normal population or the general population is willing to take a peptide way faster than they are willing to jump on gear.
The thing, but you still have to pin it. Mm-hmm. You still have side effects.
Yes.
You still have some, there's still cons that come, we'll say cons that come with both of them, right? Mm-hmm. But the thing I'm trying to get at, I guess you'll say, is like, what makes one better than the other? I guess.
I think
why peptides instead of bodybuilding? Do you think it's because of the name? Like, oh, steroids. And it's like, oh, you think bad immediately. You're like, oh, that's not good to take. Peptides.
Are you talking about from like a general perspective or from the performance like athlete perspective?
The general, and then you can give me the...
I think from the general perspective, I think peptides just sound nicer because, again, I think the name is scary. When you think, because everyone, if I tell somebody, even I've had clients that have gone to doctors and gotten, they've pitched them peptides. And the minute they find out they got a pin, they immediately think big needle because of anabolic steroids. It just kind of paints that picture.
Yeah.
And how many documentaries have we seen about people that talk about anabolic steroid usage and anabolics, like the bad side of it? Like it hasn't ever really had a good stigma. And I'm not saying they're good, but the thing is that they do have more medical research.
Yeah, they have more. People use them for a real good reason in the medical industry or for health wise, right? They're given for medical usage, right? But all people ever heard about was the bad use of it, right?
Right. And then you get an athlete. I mean, so for general lifestyle or just general people in general, I do think that if the science continues, I do think peptides could be more readily available and safer within reason for the normal population. I still think anabolics are going to be king when it comes to results, regardless.
Okay.
I don't think that you could ever get the same results. If I was to take regular GH and I was to take a peptide GH, this is always going to win.
Yeah.
Always. So if we're talking result, I don't think these are ever going to touch there.
Right.
So going into the athlete perspective, what would be the better option? Do I need to pin 30 times a day with a peptide that happens so often when I could do X amount of time for X amount of week or whatever, with an anabolic? And what's the risk to reward? You're risking already.
Yeah.
Might as well do something with the medical aspect.
The moment you put a needle in your body, I think you're like, okay, I know the risk towards it.
Yeah. Well, and the peptides they're the new thing. And so I think that they have their purpose, but I don't think they're going to make, especially, let's take bodybuilders specifically. If you have a bodybuilder, like an open bodybuilder, or even a high level, national level athlete, no matter the division, because we're all doing the same stuff, that's already taking anabolics, already doing what they need to do, and then you put peptides on top of that, that isn't going to make a better result, I don't think, because these are still going to do what they need to do.
I'm with you. I don't think it's going to make a better result. If anything, to me, honestly, I think it may cause an issue at the end of the day.
It's possible, because there might be a conflict, or there just might be too many hands at play. Yeah. And for too long, I think
your body's going to fight. Your body's going to fight when it's going through something very stress related. Yeah. Your body's automatically going to be like, okay, I need to do something to make sure we're safe. And so that's when weight gain happens, water hold, or
muscle flatness. Yeah. Or just anything that creates a inflammatory response to the body.
To get rid of whatever may be giving you that. Your body's going to give it to you. So if you take too much of anything, I guess you say, your body's going to fight you. So if you're pinning 30 times a day on a peptide, 7 peptides, your body may fight it because it's not what it's, may cause issues.
Well, I think anything like that. I have clients that are so willing to do every peptide known to man that they don't want to touch a single roid. But it's like, you're masking the idea because of the fact that it's an anabolic.
It's anabolic. You want to be, it's the natural thing. You're like, I'm natural, but because I'm taking peptides because a doctor gave it to me. Right? And I'm like, but you're still filling the needle up. You have a vial. You're pinning. Sounds a lot like steroids to me, buddy.
Right. Well, but the SARMs were the same thing, though. People were taking SARMs, like you had YK11, Rad140, Ostrin. Okay, let's take Ostrin, for example. Oh, Ostrin, it's like Anavar, but it doesn't affect your hormones. Then we come out later on, they did pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Like Rad140, YK were similar to Anadrol and D-ball. It's like, all of a sudden these things come out and it's like, So what did you do? Now you took something that inhibited a receptor response that did the same thing. Everyone, and actually, you know what? I'm going to close on this, actually. Everyone is trying to get the same results as these guys, but they're not willing to do these guys. So they're trying to create something here.
They're trying to create a safe space, right? There's something safer that people like to say other than anabolic use.
Yeah, well, also, and obviously, anabolic steroids are illegal. Yeah. And so the thing is if they can find some sort of legal leverage, then it will help people. And that there's a business to this.
There's a business to it.
So there is peptide companies. There are people out there, and I'm sure they're insanely profitable. So the thing is now people can't make money off of this.
Right.
Right. Like in a big steadfast. So if they can push a GLP-1 like retatrutide to the normal masses at a supplement store or at a peptide website and make hundreds of thousands of dollars, they're going to do it.
Yeah.
So the business aspect does matter a lot as well. I think people will push amino acid profile peptides for that reason.
Yeah, in a heartbeat. Because if you go to any ad, then on your Instagram, you're going to see 7 ads that say something about GPL or GLP-1. Retatrutide is always showing up. Tesla 1 shows up sometime. IGF-1, your HGH, all that shows up. And they're like, hey, go to this website.
Well, on, what's it called? On TikTok, if you even mention it, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. In your face.
Yeah. It's everywhere. It's crazy you can say it. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I can't think of another app, right? Twitter. I'm saying X, right? It comes up, and now you're seeing it, and everybody's like, "Oh, I gotta try the new one. Like, have you tried this peptide? I gotta try it." The Wolverine stack.
The BPC TV.
Now that one, BPC. I tried it. When I was going through my gut issues, I was great. It did help. I will tell you.
Oh, we're not. Yeah, there's no denying that helped.
That one was really good. I was like, okay, because I'm nervous about peptides because there's not a lot of research about them. Like I hear about them, I read about it, but it happens differently for everybody, right? So I was kind of the BPC. I wanted to try it for myself. I was like, okay, I hear good things. I never heard anything bad, and I gotta say it's one of the good ones.
I think that the thing that people. And they may misconstrue about what we're talking about also is the fact that I don't think that they're bad. I just think that at the end of the day, you're trying to make them steroids when they're not. And the thing is there are a lot of good ones. I still truthfully think retatrutide is the safer option compared to Ozempic and Mounjaro.
Oh, heartbeat, yeah.
I still think BPC and TB500 are a safer option and coming from somebody that's had massive gut issues. I took BPC during my healing process. I've taken growth hormone helpers to help with that. They do have their benefits. They're just newer.
Yeah.
And that's the reality of it. Can they work? For sure. Do we know the risk of it? No.
And then you gotta figure out the dosage wise. Some people can do better off low. Some people want to blast them like they would steroids, right?
Yeah, of course.
But I think come back to it's all like works for you. Can't mask just because this is safer. It's online. It's legal. You can't say this is better than this, right? At the end of the day, they're almost the same thing in a way.
It's just a different approach. It's a different. It just depends on where you're at in your life and what your fitness and what your moral standing is, truthfully.
Yeah, the moral standing, I think, is a big thing right there.
Yeah, because a lot of people will not take anabolics or get on testosterone replacement. Or
some men don't even want to get on TRT, and it's like you need your doctor's like, hey, you need to do this. And
and they're having mental health issues, they're having gut issues, they're having metabolic issues, whatever, and it's like their wife is complaining about him being moody or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. But they won't. But because of the stigma that's behind it, you know what I mean. But they'll be willing to take a testosterone booster.
Oh yeah, from your corner, not your corner store, your
little supplement store, whatever. Yeah. So I think that they have a market for them. I think that they're beneficial. I think they're going to expand. I do think peptides will eventually get to a point to where they're really cool and more so than they already are. Because right now they're the new thing. So it's going to be interesting to see where they go. But do I think that they're ever going to top anabolics? No, I don't.
So with that, here's another question. I guess we kind of loop it into it. I guess today.
Okay, wait. Let me put the what you call it fan on it real quick.
Okay.
Just to be on the safe side. Cool. Just so that way it keeps it. Ugh. Okay. To what?
Oh, so just to kind of put it together, right, or put it in a different aspect of things. kind of these two are ran a lot in prep, right? A lot of people are starting to run this and a lot of peptides in prep. Anabolics are ran in prep. If you're non-natural athlete, with coaching wise, can you tell a coach, no, I don't want to take this? If that coach refuses, like, hey, I really think we need to run this, like female competitors, right? They're trying to run all this crazy amount of stuff, whatever. And you're like, I don't want to run it, coach, I'm good. And they say, well, I think you should. It should be smooth enough to be like, hey, I think we should go separate ways. Like,
as the coach or as the athlete?
Athlete.
100%.
Like if you're uncomfortable.
It's your health. Point blank period.
It's the final call, right?
Look, people
and the reason I asked is because I've seen a lot on TikTok, like a lot of it's like, let me tell you why I left my coach. And they sit up and they're like, if my coach tried to push this much gear on me, or
this many peptides,
or wanted me to run this so I could look like this, but I just didn't want to run that for my health wise, or I left my coach because after post show they never gave me a post show plan rebound on how to slowly get off this stuff, or kind of just let them hanging. Because I've heard stories of coaches just leave them hanging, and then their T3 levels are shit, hormone levels shit. They're emotional. They're gaining weight really fast. I'm talking about women wise.
Well, and men too.
It happens to men, yeah. So what's your concept of as a client? Hey, I don't want to run this, and then tell me a little bit about like a rebound, like as a female competitor. Like if she comes to you, how would you rebound a girl or rebound a guy off their stuff they're taking?
I think regardless of anything, any coach should recommend, if a girl or guy if a client in general comes to me and says, hey, this is my goal, and we start going, and I do this in every consultation because I ask what their experience is, supplements, PEDs, all that. If they're natural, I say, are you wanting to stay natural, or have you dabbled with the idea? And I get their perspective.
Yeah, like how you feel about it.
Yeah, because I want to know. Because the thing is, if from the get, if you're like, no, I want to stay natural, I'm not even going to ask.
We don't even talk about it.
We're not even going to conversate because there's no reason. Now, if you're like, oh, like I had a guy that's like, I've thought about it. I'm not sure. And I'm normally, my first response is, our first time together, we're going to do this natural then.
Yeah.
Because then at that point, now if things escalate or you come and have an adult conversation with me about it and say, and I truthfully, at my discretion, may say no too. I might be like, nah, let's just keep doing this. Yeah. Or if we kind of see where it's at. But if somebody that comes and is experienced and is using this and say they're already started here, and I have had experiences where I've seen people get like other coaches push things on their clients, and I don't agree with that. I don't think it is your body as an athlete. Your job as an athlete is to protect your health and do your research. Yes, you should trust your coach and you should invest into your coach and have that, but that doesn't mean that you should just do everything they say if you don't feel in your gut it's right.
So what do you feel about, because I've also heard this, which is crazy, because TikTok will tell you everything. I love TikTok. This stories be nuts. A client said their coach kicked them out of the team, I guess we'll say, for asking why too much. Like, why do we need to do this?
Why don't you have an answer as a coach?
Right? Everything has a plan.
Everything should have a plan.
Yeah, it's hey, we're doing this for this, we're doing this for this. If we need to, we'll speed it up or we'll bump it back. You should know exactly what you're doing. I'm not saying that you should know the entirety of the prep because there's variables that change. But you should have a game plan and then also a alternate. Okay, we're going to do this, this, and this. If I notice this, we might do this. And that's how I do things. I'm like, okay, hey, we're 15 weeks out. We're going to do X, Y, Z. At 10 weeks out, I might do this. Let's see how your body looks, blah, 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 blah. And it's up to discretion. But getting a coach to kick somebody off the team, I can understand kicking somebody off the team if they're not compliant in the sense of like cheating on the diet, not doing what they're supposed to, not checking in. The basics. The cardio. Right? The cardio. But if it comes to drug protocols and things that you're just trying to push because you want that, no. Yeah. Or even I've heard coaches saying, well, you're never going to be this because you don't want to do this. Yeah, you don't no, that's not true either. Yeah. I'm not saying everyone's a genetic freak, but at the end of the day, we have one life to live. And how many people have we seen pass away due to poor shit like this? Yeah, poor. People not taking accountability. Better attention. Mine is like paying attention. Like if you have a client, you're playing with their health. You should be spot on paying attention to everything. My job as your coach, I have a lot of control. Yeah. Right? If I look at a meal plan, like if I was to pull my laptop over here, I have
your cardio regimen, your activity, your meals. I'm telling you what to eat every day. I'm telling you how much you should sleep. I'm telling you, I need to know when you poop.
Yeah.
I need to know everything about you. When you're stressed out because you're arguing with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, I need to know everything.
Because it changes a lot.
People don't
understand how much little sleep can
affect
your body. Arguing, stress, cortisol levels. Like you can argue with your girl and go up 3 pounds.
100%. And even at that, if you have a chaotic environment and I, as your coach, know that, I'm going to monitor and change it. I'm going to have to navigate this prep a little differently.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, there's variables involved. But no coach should ever have an absolute, ever.
Yeah.
There's no absolutes here.
There's one path to this. It has to go off sometimes.
Right. Well, it's going to change. It's not even, every prep is going to change. But as an athlete too, if you're doing something and say you start to notice side effects or you start to notice things changing, guess what? It is your job to now bring that to the attention, and then the coach needs to handle that.
Yeah, you need to talk. Yeah, don't be afraid to talk to your coach.
No.
Well, we call and talk all the time about
Absolutely.
anything. And then then the last thing was like, hey, man, about prep. And then we talk about it. But you should be comfortable enough to talk to you. Go, hey, coach, I feel like, I don't really want to run this right now. Like, it's giving me this, and this. Okay, man, that's fine. Let's see if we can find something else. Or let's just hop off, wean off of it. We're going to do this, see what happens to your body, and then we'll go from there.
Well, what's happened every time that we've had a negative thing with you?
We just
pulled it.
Yeah, we just pulled it. All right, we just pulled it. Trying to change the path of it. That's it.
Because there's no reason for it.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, and like we talked about earlier, it's just you're in a calorie deficit.
Right.
As long as you're in a calorie deficit, we can really get to where you need to be.
There is a look, of course, that can change, but that should not be the end all be all. And that means that maybe this prep, like if somebody's prepping for a show and say there's a variable that you add in anabolics wise, that may give a certain look, and it might work.
Yeah.
But it's just not doing well with this person, and it's going to change the look. Do what you need to do to get as close to that look
as you can.
For me as a coach, I have an idea already of what you're going to look like. I already have an idea of all of my clients, what I want them to look like on stage when they walk out. And my goal is to emulate that on stage because that's what makes me excited as a coach, is being like, we got this shit. We nailed this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, but no coach should ever have so much control that they can just do that.
Yeah.
Like they shouldn't. I
think a lot of athletes that have that type of coach need to see that it's okay to be like, hey, I don't want to run this. If they say no, you can go find a coach that will take you 5 weeks out, 4 weeks out.
100%.
A lot of coaches will. They'll be like, hey, man, you explain the story. A lot of them are like, hey, I got you. Come on. We can get it done real quick.
Absolutely. I've done it numerous times.
Yeah.
I've had numerous guys come to me, girls too, that they've been 8 weeks out, 6 weeks out, 4 weeks out, that have had horrible blood work, aren't progressing, having all this, and they're running more than all of my top competitors. And all of a sudden, I'm just like, I'm going to move this. And we're going to add food back in. We're going to do this. And all of a sudden, their body changes.
Yeah, and then they're looking like they should at the certain amount of weeks, or maybe even leaner. Like, oh, wow, you really came up. But sometimes, like, your body fight toxicity.
Yeah.
You pull something, your body's like, oh, I can relax. And then, whole different picture the next day. And it just, that was irking me a little bit when I was watching those videos, man. They're like, I left my coach because X, Y, and Z. Too much, ran too much. One of them was like, they didn't like the way, they tried to make me fit a class that I didn't want to do. Give me your... Like,
what do you mean? Like, they wanted to try and get
fit
into
model, but they want to do bikini. Or...
That's not your decision either.
That's... So if a client comes to you like, hey, I want to do bikini, and you look at them like, man, you really could do fit model. You could do really good in fit model, but they're just like, hey, I don't want to do it.
Okay. This is a tough one, because here's the thing. Let's take that scenario. Somebody wants to do bikini, but they don't have enough muscle yet.
Right.
As a coach, my job is to be honest with you. Hey, you don't have enough muscle, or hey, XYZ, you're not ready yet. That would end it immediately. But some coaches try to like, let's see how it goes, and that's where people get in trouble.
They get in trouble, they get upset, they're like, this is, I got dead last. Well, you would have got first in here, but I think you should be honest the first time you talk.
I agree.
Same thing with men want to be class of physique, and they're men's physique. Right.
They don't have enough legs.
They don't have enough legs, but they're like, I really want to do class of physique, and you're like, well, we need to build legs. Well, I still want to do class physique this year. I'm like, maybe you're men's physique this year and class physique next year.
Well, I'll let you do. I'm open to doing both and just seeing how you land.
Oh yeah, which one you do better in?
Because truthfully, more than likely, it's going to come out to where what I said already is true. It's just sometimes people have to learn the hard lesson.
Yeah.
And it's that's the hard part about being a coach, bro. Is, and you've known this because I talk to you about a lot of different preps and stuff.
It's so funny. I love it.
Yeah. So I've had numerous scenarios over the last, I mean, shit, since I've coached, but where they're like, coach, I want to do this. I'm like, okay, but I need you peeled and I need this. And then all of a sudden we get there and they do it and they're like, wow, I didn't think I was going to do better than this and that. I'm like, I told you.
Yeah.
I've lost clients because I've told them, I think you'd be better here. And they want to argue that this, I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
We can do that, but just understand that this is going to be your weaknesses.
Yeah.
I'm always straight from the beginning because it doesn't make any sense. Now, if you, a perfect client in this sense though, if somebody comes to me and says, I want to do bikini or I want to do wellness, that's a big one, right?
The wellness,
on the girl side.
Yeah.
Because wellness is the kind of like iconic part. Like it's like classic.
It's a big thing right now. Everybody likes it.
Right. So girls will come to me that are a little bit thicker and say, I want to do wellness. And then we start dieting them down to a ton of tissue.
You're like, you're bikini for real.
Right. Kind of. Yeah. To be honest. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, well, we need to put on muscle. Mm-hmm. Well, I think I could do it. When I pull you down to what is needed, it's not going to show the same.
Yeah. Same thing with like people want to do, they want to do bodybuilding and you're like, all right, we'll shred you down. And then you like, maybe classic because you ever stand next to the big boys, that's a little different story, man. I've been there, done that. That's a little different story.
And amateur shows it is different, but when you're talking about going pro and going to nationals and trying to be there, you have to take the time and be realistic with yourself.
For some people move up. That's crazy. Some people do classic and move up to bodybuilding. Because they place better in bodybuilding.
Yeah, I've seen that when we saw that at nationals this year. Yeah,
he's like, hey man, you should probably do bodybuilding. You're closer. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
and it's just the guys are like, okay, cool. You mean I can eat more?
Yeah.
Put me up there.
Well, also too, I think that when we all get into this sport wanting to look like something, like I wanted to be Ronnie Coleman, knowing damn well now that it would never happen. I don't give a shit what I did, right? But it's like the motivation and the excitement comes from something. Yeah. And would I love to be a 260-pound bodybuilder in theory?
Yeah.
Yes. Is it likely that I would do that? No. I could dedicate my entire life to getting that big and still would never look like those guys. Just genetics and whatever else. You know what I'm saying? But does that mean that I should discourage myself from not being the best I can be? No. You know what I mean? So like if somebody is realistic with themselves and realizes that they're doing everything they can. It's been 3 to 5 years that they've been bodybuilding and training. They're continuing to get better. Fit where you know you can dominate.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. At the end of the day, it's like, hey man, you're really good at this. Be good at this.
Yes.
Don't be.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't. Okay, let me change that. Be great at this. Right.
100%.
Don't be okay and good.
Oh, give it your all.
If you're gonna be great at one thing, be great at that thing. Don't be good at everything.
Bodybuilding is the one sport you can't do 99% of it.
No, you
have to do 100%. Yeah. So if you're all in like that, do everything.
Be everything. Be all in. Yeah.
Don't miss it because that's where people get in trouble.
Yeah.
Do you with your clients now? Do you have any issues of that kind of unrealistic expectation? Like, do you think that people don't understand the process, especially because you work with a little bit of first timers and stuff?
Yeah, first timers.
Do you think that they have this? Because I get this. I'll get people that come to me that I want to do this, and then I'm like, okay, I can see it, but we got to do this first.
I get the, your first time, right, and people in your ear telling you how good you're gonna do. I think that's what I get a lot of. Like young cats are like, man, I think I'm really gonna do good at this show, and I tell them, hey, let's just do our best. It's not I don't think they're gonna do good, right? But I was once that young cat.
Yeah.
That my head was here until I got there and I got knocked down. I'm like, oh my goodness.
We talked about that the last one. You were like, oh
yeah, like you go on the body. So I went in the body, but everybody in my ear told me, man, you're gonna do so great. You look so good. Blase. Go in there, win novice. Cool. I get toasted in overall. Dude was massive, bro. Like just he couldn't fit through that door. He was just wide, bro. And I'm doing bodybuilding. I should have done classic, but everybody was telling me to do bodybuilding, so I went to bodybuilding. He got first. Overall, I lost to him. Then I go to the open, and I got third out of 6 people, 7 people, which is fine. But those are dogs. And I just looked backstage and I was like, oh wow, these are men. Right? So I was like, okay, I'll just stay and watch. Then big dog come from the back at the 2
from the back corner.
Yeah, the open guy, right? He come out there and I was like, you told me in the overall I had to go against that? That's a whole different type of character.
Super heavyweight?
Bro, and everybody was telling me I was going to overall, and then so when I get these young cats, I'm like, man, everybody keeps telling me to do really good in this sport. Yes. But this first show is going to tell me how
bad you want it.
Yeah, how bad are you really? Are you really that dog that you say you are? Because when that food gets low, that cardio get up, you ain't sleeping at night because you're hungry. Hunger pains. Not everybody gets them. I don't, but some people do. Can you lock in? Can you get it done? Like like you said, we all have a look, right? They tell me what they want. They tell me how lean they want to get. We can get there. It's going to be a fight. Because your body ain't used to it. You literally, somebody said it the other day on Instagram, and I laughed so bad at this. You're literally on the brink of death, and they're like, "Okay, now hit a front double."
Oh yeah. You're over there like
you're literally dying. You literally can't even. You have to like I've been like to the point in prep where I'm sure everybody has it when you do this. It's like you see where you need to go, right? You're like, okay, I need to go to the couch over there. And you think about it. I can't make it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
or you're like swinging.
Yeah, you're like swinging to kind of get your body going.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. All right, boom, and you're like forcing yourself to walk. That's when you know you're ready. But not a lot of people can do that. Not a lot of people are going to want to get in that hole and be like, okay, I have to sit in this spot of uncomfortability and be a dog about it.
I think people don't embrace it either.
Yeah, you have to embrace it.
I think everyone can get there. I don't think people embrace the journey. And that's something that I think isn't talked about enough, is being able to go into that hole and welcome it.
Yeah, you have to embrace it. You have to know, hey, man, this is going to suck. No matter what I do, this is going to suck.
And I'm going to smile through that.
And I got to smile through it. And I got to be the same person. I hate that, man, I get a little angry in prep. No, you shouldn't.
Yeah, and if you do, suck it up.
Suck it up. Like, I'm a little...
we're going to slip up, but, apologize.
Sometimes you're going to, kind of, raise your voice a little bit here and there, or kind of be like, just come back, bring it back. You're good, bring it back. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry. Because I've done it.
Absolutely.
I've been training, I'll train adults. At my old job, man, it was awesome. I trained adults. I was going through prep, and I snapped, and they asked me, because, it's crazy how a group of, it's always like this group of people, you're training a group of people, and they're like, how many reps you got? Hey, you got 12. And you write it on the board, and everybody can read it. And then you're like, okay. And, hey, how many reps I got? You got 12 on the board. Helping. Hey, how many reps I got? Y'all can't read? Right? And I don't mean to say it.
This is the fourth time.
Yeah, I don't mean to say it, right? But it just, you snap. It's like, you can't read? And they're like, JB, and I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. Y'all know how I get there. It's fine. Yes, we have 12. We're good.
And
they're like, JB, and I'm like, my bad, guys. My bad. That's me. I promise. I'm sorry. I'm good. I'm good. So the first prep, terrible. I was snapped. And then I'll go apologize, right? Second prep, so much better. They're like, yeah, you're doing really good. Like, we couldn't even tell. And third prep, they didn't even know I was in it. They just saw my legs leaning out. They're like, oh, you're in prep. I was like, yeah. They're like, wow, you haven't changed. I was like, because I'm getting better every time. Like, you're figuring out where your triggers are.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, okay, no matter what I go through, I'm choosing to do this. Yes. Doesn't mean they have to be affected by it.
There was, on that point, there was a lot of times where it was my last prep. I was going through, and I remember I was sponsored through a company at the time. We had to do like an event and shit. And I was out there, everyone's talking and whatever. Me and one of the other, she was a pro at the time, women's physique competitor. And she was talking to me about something. We were just bullshitting about it. We were at the booth, right? And one of the older cats came in, and he's just, hey guys, 4 weeks out. And I'm like, me too.
Yeah.
And it just, and he would literally, I'm talking like,
yeah,
like just dying.
Like, yeah.
And every one of us were like 6 weeks or under. Yeah. And we're like, what's your problem, bro?
Yeah. Like we all feel like that.
Yeah.
But if you're here, you got people smiling, they're excited to meet you. You have to talk to people. You got to suck it up, man. Like, I've trained clients 4 weeks out, 3 weeks out, 2 weeks out, right? And I'll tell them like, hey, my energy is real low. I said, I'm not sad or emotional, right? Because you get quiet, people think something's wrong. No, I'm just tired. Yeah. So I'll tell them like, hey, I'm tired, but I'm here with you. I'm here with you. Like, we're here. So I'll tell them, like, hey, I'm going to sit down while you are doing push-ups. Something that doesn't cause me to spot. I'll be like, hey, I'm going to sit down real quick. Okay, that's fine, JB. So I'm sitting there talking to him. I'm still, talking to him. Usually I'm standing, walking around,
Yeah,
moving around a little bit. But now I'm, like, sitting down because I am tired, right? But I'm still interacting. I'm still having conversation.
And like you said, it's a choice, man. Like, we choose to put ourselves in torture. Like, and I mean, I say that so lightly, too, though, because people don't recognize the fact that bodybuilding is a luxury.
It is. You choose to. You get to do this, right?
Yes.
And it's gonna suck. You know it's gonna suck, but
you know it's gonna suck going into it. So what are you expecting when you get there?
My thing is like you put yourself through it, and then you're like, man, this sucks. I told you 20 times before you told me, like, hey, man, I want to do a show. Hey, it's gonna suck. Hey, just let you know this is gonna suck. Hey, by the way, week 3, you're gonna feel like a zombie, but you need to be present to whatever you're doing, right? Okay, coach. And then they text me, hey, man, this really sucks. Duh.
So, okay, what would be your advice, being especially because you compete more frequently, like now? What's your advice to somebody, especially you being a dad, you having to manage things? Do you think that people are too soft now with this kind of stuff because it's being more publicized?
Yeah, I think the concept of, I'm in prep, I get to act this way. No, you don't.
Yeah, that part. Because people will pop off.
I hate that.
And they're like, well, it's cool because I'm in prep. No,
it's not. No, you don't need to be. You don't need to be a dickhead because you're in prep. No, like I'm a dad. Mm-hmm. I got a 12-year-old, 8-year-old, 3-year-old. My 3-year-old is a psychopath. You've seen him. He'll run around all day. Yeah, he's running. He's never sitting. Yeah. And so when I'm in prep, I've learned to put my meals around that. Like, yeah, training's hard.
Of course.
Right? But the meals, I put them around his energy. So if I know we're going to go do something, like we're going to zoo or something, I'm eating before energy so I can deal with him zooming around the park, right? And then 12-year-olds getting into softball. Yeah. I'm making sure I'm there present to help her with softball. Yep. 8-year-old does soccer. You saw the games. Their kids screaming and yelling all day.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm present and I'm helping, right? Because I choose to do this. They didn't choose for me to do this.
100%.
Right? So I can't be a dickhead to, I'd say random, but to my family. Like, I'm going to be present. I'm going to cheer them on. I'm going to go outside and practice. I'm going to chase my 3-year-old in the mall, him going, what do you do to me? We hiding in the coat rack, which every kid does.
Of course.
He goes, I go, where's Apollo? He goes, where's Apollo? Here I am. He pops out, right? And I'm tired, right? I don't want to yell, where's Apollo? But I'm like, he loves it. Yeah. I'm going to do it, right? Yeah, so to me, I hate when people are like, oh, man, I'm so tired. Then they pop off. I'm like, oh, I'm in prep, man. I'm sorry. No, apologize and stop being a dickhead.
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. Because the thing is people will use that as a cop out all the time. And so you start prep, so now you get to just act out of character whenever you want.
Yeah, like you get to do that? No. Stop being a dickhead, bro. Yeah, that's when you don't have friends.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. That's why when things happen and then you wonder why everyone abandons you, and that's not good. And you need a support system. We talked about this already. You need a support system, and we can all be understanding of it, and people are going to love you regardless, especially if they're family or whatever. But bodybuilding already gets enough bad publicity because of the enhancements, because of the look, because of all this. And I've even walked into a mall, whenever I'm wearing a tank top or something like that, and I can just feel eyes, right? Or if I'm walking past somebody and I try to move, it's like they expect me to almost bump them. You know what I mean? It's like,
I hate that. Like, why are we doing that testing stuff? Like, someone like walking past and like, who's gonna move out the way? I'm gonna move out the way. I don't want you to hit me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna just because my shoulders are bigger than yours. I'm not gonna. Bump you.
I'm not gonna bump. I'm not mean. First of all, I'm not. And I don't care for the pissing contest. I'm like, okay, I'm just moving. Hey, my bad there.
Yeah, but they already get that publicity. So why are you going to make it? Why are you going to feed into? It's kind of like pit bulls. Like they already known as this aggressive breed or whatever, but they're really big sweethearts. It's like, if I was to let my dog be a certain way in public, then you're going to feed into whatever they are. Yeah. So if they're sweet in public, nobody's gonna be like, oh, you know what, this is crazy. Yeah. Whereas a bodybuilder, if I'm a good guy in public and I'm taking care of my kiddos, I'm doing this. You revert away from the stigma, and that's what we want. That's
what we want, exactly. Yeah. No, the whole I'm 3 weeks out and I'm so tired. I can't play with my kids. It's crazy to me. Boy, you better go outside and let him run around outside. You stand right there, or pick me up. My favorite thing is when you say, "Pick me up, Dad," or he goes, "Pick me up, Daddy," or he goes, "Up, Daddy." I pick him up and we walk around. Yeah. Do I be tired? Absolutely. Yeah. Do I feel like I'm doing a 100-pound curl 2 weeks out? Absolutely. But hey, man, little man wants to get up. We're gonna go walk around. I'm gonna hold him. Now there's times I'm like, hey, you gotta walk, dog. You getting heavy. You ain't 3. You ain't 1-year-old. You ain't 1 anymore, bro. You gotta get down. Like, you heavy. But
yeah. Now that we were talking about anabolics and stuff and all of this conversation, do you think roid rage is real?
Honestly, no.
Okay, fair. I'm the same as you.
I don't think it's. I think we talked about this before. Like, if you're an angry guy and you get on any type of anabolic, it just enhances that.
Yeah, if you're a dick, it's gonna make you
a bigger dick. Exactly. It's literally that. Yeah. Or if you are insecure, it's just gonna boost that insecurity. If you are, I tell everybody this, and they laugh so much when I tell them this. If you have a God complex, it just increases that God complex.
100%, absolutely.
I'm terrible.
Yeah,
I'm terrible at it. Like, I don't. Yeah, bro, I get on that. My chest flares more, and no.
Yeah, I get it, 100%.
Yeah, that's better than being a dickhead.
No, 100%. Yeah, I'd rather walk around and be like,
Than be like, I'm confident. Like, I feel good. Like, I'm lean. I look good. I feel good. I'm talking to more people. But I'm not a dickhead. I'm not like, man, you fucking suck. You know?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it like there. I mean, that's an old saying, but roid rage. I've heard it. I've seen it actually, and more that we're talking about. I hate when
people say it.
It's stupid.
It's stupid. No, I'm not out here punching walls.
Yeah, like it's not like I pin test and like, come here, let me get something. Yeah, like the Hulk smash. Like, no, it's not happening. Yeah.
Once again, it's a bad rip. It's just you hear anabolics, you're like, oh, he has roid rages. No, I don't. I don't think I've ever. And
if you are having some sort of outburst or things like that, there's probably something wrong.
There's something.
Doesn't matter what you're doing.
I hate that. It's like, oh, you yell at an argument. You're roid raging. We're having an argument.
Yeah.
Sorry, I raised my voice a little bit. Golly, dude.
Yeah.
It's chill. It ain't like I do it all the time. You know, so that's my thing. It's like, no, I don't believe roid rages. I believe you enhance whatever you already person. That's how you tell who a person really is.
I can agree with that.
The moment they get on that and that food get low and cardio gets up and you got this stuff running through your system that is like could fuel a racehorse. Yeah, then you figure out what people really are.
That's when you figure out the dogs.
That's when you figure out the dogs. That's when you feel like you realize who can do it, who can't.
Yeah.
You realize who's emotional, who's not emotional. You realize friends, who they really are.
Yeah, because people will start to disassociate or just be like, oh, he's not as cool anymore, whatever. Yeah, absolutely.
And then, I mean, both ways though. It's you don't want to hang out anymore. You don't want to go out with us. Not really. Not right now. Like I'm tired. I just went to work, train, cardio, play with kids, eat my meals. Like, don't want to go out. Not really.
That's how I am now, dude. I mean, you see me fucking running all over the place and stuff. I've always been this way. I have a really good and bad, but I'm a very focused individual when it comes to just trying to get to my goal. I have a big vision. You have a big vision. When I was bodybuilding was the thing. So everything, my energy went into it. And I actually lost my best friend from like 4th grade on. He was one of the people that stopped talking to me and was like talking shit about me when I was bodybuilding. And I remember it vividly. And I remember because it was like, when I was like 2015. And I remember I was coming home from work. I was coming home from work and my mom calls me and she said, hey, so-and-so's here. Is everything good? And I was like, yeah. He was having some trouble with his parents or some shit. And I remember he calls me. He's like, hey, bro, can we go do something? Like, I'm just pissed and da-da-da. I was like, look, bro, I got cardio. I was like, I got to cook chicken. So I can't go do that. But if you want to come with me to Walmart real quick or H-E-B, we can do that. And then you can chill while I'm doing cardio or whatever. When I hung up the phone, about maybe 5-10 minutes later, my mom's texting me, hey, don't worry about what he's going to say. Like, don't take it to heart, da-da-da. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, all right, whatever. I get there. I don't get to talk to my mom. Obviously, he's there. We go to H-E-B, and I go pick up the chicken and all that stuff. And the whole time, dude, I'm talking about my dreams. I'm talking about, like, what I want to do. And at the time I was competing, I'm like, yeah, I want to go pro. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to have this house. And he's like, yeah, bro, you could do it. He's like, Like, yeah, bro, yeah. And then I get home, I do cardio, I start, and he's like, all right, bro, I'm going to go, da-da-da. And I remember my mom goes, so did he say anything? And I go, no, he didn't say anything. I told her what we talked about, right? She goes, well, he told me, like, yo, this guy needs to get a fucking job. This guy's not going to have this body forever. What the fuck is he doing? This waste his face. Yeah, all this stuff. And I was like, cool. Never talk to him again.
Yeah. No, as you should. Look, my thing is this. When you have a dream like bodybuilding, right? It does take a lot of time. Mm-hmm. It does take a lot of time. But there's alternates to it. But
anything like that.
Hey, like when I was in prep, I didn't want to go out. I don't like going out during prep. I like to chill. Mm-hmm. I'm already around a bunch of people all day anyway. Mm-hmm. So when I get home, I just want to kind of just ease in. I'm chilling, talking to kids. Now I'm talking to kids. I'm talking to babies, and they're telling me about their day. We're talking about what they're excited about, what they did at school today. I'm listening to Nicole tell me about her day. Mm-hmm. Like, I like that. That's what I like now. Mm-hmm.
You have that peace.
Yeah, I have a peace. That's my peace. When I was, single, and I didn't have Paulo as much. It was like I got home to an empty house. Quiet. Now during prep, I loved it. It was quiet and got the TV on, me to myself. Mm-hmm. And my homeboy would want to come over. And I'm like, yeah, come on. And he knew what prep was, so he just come over, sit at the table. We just bullshit for an hour or two. And hey, man, I'm gonna go to bed. He's like, I know you got cardio in the morning, good. That's somebody that understood what I wanted.
The process.
Right. Then I had friends like, hey, why don't you go out? Why we don't go out anymore? I'm like, I don't want to. Like, that just isn't me at this moment. Mm-hmm. And then once I realized after prep, was like, that was never me.
Yeah,
I was never a big go out guy, right? And I started thinking that I was like, man, that's not me. I don't want to be the person to go out every night or, You know, I work early. Like, I don't want to go out on a weekday.
Yeah.
What? Barely want to go on the weekend. Yeah. So.
Well, what are you celebrating, right? Like, that's kind of what it kind of comes down to.
I haven't won anything. Haven't done anything, right? Why are we spending money at the club and my bank account doesn't look like what I want it to look like?
Yeah, no, you know for real. Yeah. Yeah, and then it's like you're not pushing your money where it needs to be. And we've all done it, right? Yeah. We've all been through that process.
And when you're younger, you go out, you have fun, you spend money.
Yeah, you do stupid shit, buy stupid shit. But the thing is like the reality of it, especially once you start getting stability and once you start wanting bigger goals and things like that, that also comes with discipline. And a lot of people don't realize discipline isn't just the diet, the training, it's staying on your workouts. It's getting up and making your bed, making sure you don't snooze the alarm 4 times. It's making sure that when people that don't align with your goals, you separate and make that boundary. It's not that you don't like that person anymore or whatever. It's just like, nah, this is my boundary.
Yeah. Or it's, I think I've told you before, it's like just seasonal people. It's like seasonal friends, right? And I think I've told you about, I went to church and they talked about it. It was like, you have your chairs, right? The outside people are your seasonal people. Those are the ones that come through every once in a while. Y'all hang out, y'all talk a little bit, and they disappear and they come back, blah, blah, blah. But the first, the single or the middle, boom, boom, those right there. Those are your guys. Those are the ones that you can call on. You can come set a table bullshit with. Those are your people. Those are the ones that are going to support you. Those seasonal people coming in and out. They don't understand the goal. They don't know what you want really in life. They'll be like, hey, man, how you been? Oh, you been good, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool, man. You never hear from them again because your goals on the line. They want to go out till 2 a.m., 3 a.m., They want to smoke, drink, do all this other stuff. And then you're like, I got to go to bed at 8, bro. Like, I got to get up. I got cardio, training.
It's just a different mental focus. And the thing is that, and we've talked about this too, what you sacrifice is what you're always going to gain two times over. Yeah. So drinking, smoking, going out, you might be sacrificing that and going to bed at 9 or waking up early or doing this. But the thing is 10 years down the line, we're going to see who's been doing the work.
Exactly. And because your body's going to, I love it. I always live by this. Like, you are your own billboard.
100%.
Like, your knowledge, your billboard, like your body, your billboard. Like, that's what's gonna make you who you are. Like, people are like, oh, he knows what he's doing. I know he knows what he's doing. The way he talks, the way he handles, the way he carries himself. I know what he knows. And then, you go from there. And I think people don't realize, like, the discipline now sets you up for betterment later on in life.
Absolutely.
But yeah, go out though. Have fun. Like, do go out.
Of course.
I'll go out in Blue Moon. Don't get me tripping now. I'll get down.
Yeah.
Don't get tripping. I like my drinks every now and then.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But I know when I need to, shut it down and let's lock it in.
Bro, me and Josh were reminiscing about when we first started dating, how fucking rowdy we were, bro. I have videos. I'll have to one day. I might have to put them on the pod just for fun, just like as a little caption right here.
But like you go out like,
bro, we were wild, bro. And I feel it's funny though, looking back on it and then now and where we're trying to go. I'm just like, because truthfully, I've always been very focused. I've always known kind of what I wanted to do. I've never really been led away from it. I didn't live a normal life compared to a lot of people, and I don't necessarily put that in anything. That's just what my heart kind of desired, and I followed it. And that's the crazy part is that the stuff that I went through, maybe my mid to late 20s, is what people usually did in their early 20s or like teenage times. But it's because I didn't have the luxury of being able to come home drunk. Right? I didn't have the luxury of getting off plan because of the family dynamic I had, and so, it's funny when I go through the times where I kind of let loose and did all that, like everyone does it and they should do that. But having to when you have a higher purpose and those things about yourself, and we all have a higher purpose, right? I believe that it's just being able to focus on it. What separates the dogs and the people that are going to actually go to that purpose are the ones that are willing to discipline more and continue to make themselves more disciplined, continue to call themselves on their bullshit. It's
the little things. You have to do the little things. I think discipline starts with the little things. It's waking up, putting your bed together, right? Hey, I'm getting up at 4. Or, hey, I'm going to eat this amount of meals that's clean. And you do it. Hey, I got to do this cardio because my coach says I'm doing this cardio, right? I just think a lot of people take the little things for granted, which means the big things come around, they can't do it. And that's what it calls. Like, I want to stop drinking during the week, right? I had some clients that like, I'm gonna stop drinking during the week. Thursday come, man, it was a tough day. I had to I have to give me a cold one. It's a tough day Thursday. We all have tough days. I don't go put my face down some pizza because I have a tough day.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't binge eat because I had a tough day. Oh, a kid told me I suck.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna go drink a full gallon of soda or something, or you know what I mean. So to me, just like the little things, like okay, hey man, you was late for work. You had too many missed calls today, too many clients. Some people cancel. Man, I think I deserve a cold one. No, it sounds like you don't.
No, it sounds like you need to work harder.
Yeah, it sounds like we need to work harder. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if you say, hey, I'm done drinking for the week. Hey, let me see you do it.
Yeah.
I have to see. I hate that whole that conversation. They be like, yeah, I gotta stop drinking. They drink Thursday. Then next week come around. Well, it's football. It's football Thursday. I have to give me a cold one.
Whatever you gotta tell yourself, bro.
Exactly. Whatever helps you sleep at night, bro. You ain't lying to me. You lying to yourself.
Yeah. You're justifying it to yourself in your own conscience because you can't hold yourself accountable.
Yeah. And I'd rather you just say that than tell me, man, it was Thursday's football. Yeah. Just tell me honestly, hey man, I can't stop.
I remember when I was working with Fockery, it was so funny because there'd be times I'd have maybe I fell asleep and didn't eat, and I'd feel so guilty, and I'd be like, I checked in with him 3 times a week, and I'd be like, hey coach, XYZ happened. It's cool though, back on it. And I think I still have the email. He was like, I love the fact that you never blame it and then stay in it.
Yeah.
He was basically just saying he goes, most people will say, oh coach, I didn't eat because of this, that, and the other. Or I had all this food because of this, that, and the other. You just go, all right, bro, this happened. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Move back to it. Yeah. Yeah, that's all it is. I mean, what was that? I was supposed to do check-ins one night, and I was like, I texted bro, I fell asleep. I'm my bad. You're like, oh, it's fine. Just keep going. I was like, I got you tonight, though. I got you tonight.
Yeah.
But it happens. You fall asleep. You get tired.
Well, it's just, people can be very analytical with their lives and stress about things that you can't change.
Yeah.
If it was an accident, it's fine. It happens. But something like that's a continuous pattern. That's a habit. That's a problem.
Bro, yeah. If you tell me, hey, I missed my cardio. Mm-hmm. I missed my cardio. Okay. 2 days later, man, I missed it again. I got up late for work. Work was running fast. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I couldn't do it tonight, because I had to get home. Mm-hmm. Okay. Man. That's two. Mm-hmm. Next week. Yeah, man, I just missed it. I just was too tired. Mm-hmm. The gym's closed. Some bullshit, right?
Yeah.
All right, man, that's 3 times. One time, I get it, bro.
Even 2, couple weeks delay, what I mean?
Yeah, it has to be at least give me 4 weeks. And then you're like, hey, man, I missed it. Okay. But you tell me every day you haven't done none of your cardio?
Yeah.
No.
Or at least effort. Effort matters. Because I've had clients that have missed cardio in the morning, and I usually try to do fasted with most people, right? Unless some little thing. And so they're like, oh, coach, I didn't get it. But you know what? I went after my workout. Or I went at 9 o'clock at night because that's when I was like, you did it.
That's a dog. To me, that's a dog. You tell me, hey, I missed my cardio in the morning, but I did an hour and a half after I worked out, you're a dog.
Yeah.
You told me you waited. I mean, you worked out hard. You gave me full effort during the workout. And then you said, I'm going to give you even more, coach. Mm-hmm. Hey,
you did. You checked your boxes.
Yeah.
All that matters is you check your boxes. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's all I want. You can refine it from here on out, right? And tomorrow morning, cool. Just wake up and do your cardio. Yep. Don't make it a habit. That's all you got to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So when the people I break up, when they're like, can you break up your cardio? I was like, yeah. If you have a morning where it's hey, I only can get 40, mm-hmm. do your 40. I want you to get it done. If you can do it in the morning, do it in the morning. And then you're hey, I got to do after workout. I have to do my 30. Okay.
Yeah.
You're a dog. Yeah. I've done an hour and I've done 20. Mm-hmm. I've done an hour before workout in the morning. Mm-hmm. I did 20 afterwards, and I was dead tired during 20. Mm-hmm. That hour I was okay. I was pushing on, mm-hmm. but that 20 dragging feet,
mm-hmm.
just.
Yeah, you're just trying to get it done.
Oh, dog. If I would have let go, I would have failed.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. So no, I love it, bro. Well, shit. Let's go ahead and end it here. That was good.
That was good, man. Hey.
Chapter 8, I keep saying chapter. Episode 4.
Chapter 3 is crazy, bro.
I know. I feel like a book.
Yeah.
No, but next episode, we're definitely going to have some questions coming in. So we'll have our main topics, and we'll have some good questions coming in. So we appreciate everyone that's been sending us things, giving us feedback, because it helps out a ton.
Oh, yeah. We love the feedback. When y'all come up to us and tell us, hey, man, I watched the video. I liked it. It was funny. Even if you don't agree with us, be free to tell us that. We're okay with that. That's what we want. We want y'all to comment underneath. We want y'all to ask questions. Y'all ain't got to agree with everything, because I don't even agree with everything he be saying sometimes. But that's just part of it. That's part of it. So, yeah, show some love, bro.
Yeah. No, comment and do whatever. Because the thing is also, we talked about, I actually had somebody come up to the gym, I told you, and we had a big old little debate about something that we talked about on the pod. I'm like, man, this is cool. So, please, interact, anything you feel, and if we can even cover it on the next one. If we see it, it might be someone we might have to kick up a notch of the videos that come out, because we might need to push it out. So I'm ready for it.
Share,
share, subscribe.
Subscribe,
yes. Like, share, subscribe. Coming in for episode 4.
That was awesome.
That was dope. Oh.
I can't get up. We doing it. We're doing it, brother.
Yeah.